City Radio, the voice of Seneca College. That was just You're a Man Now by Raleigh Ritchie.
It was stronger than ever.
On the album
is You're a Man Now.
You're a Man Now.
It's a good one. It's like $10 on Google Music. It's great.
So go check it out. It's really cool. And he's a cool dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, from what I've seen, I don't know. Grey Worm is cool. Is he? Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's one of the good guys.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I've only seen 3 seasons, so it's everything's strange to me in Game of Thrones. No. I'll catch up in a couple of years. Yeah. But getting along, we have someone back. Welcome back.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi, someone.
Hi.
Stellerby.
Yes, that is me.
That's the one.
Yes. I just wanted to say your name because you were so lonely over there by yourself. And I'm again next to Attilio, but it's fine. Welcome back to the show. I'm glad you're here. Before we had you on and we talked about a little bit about your background and and what made you become a musician. Indeed. If you want to hear that, go check out the VOD for that. That'll be up somewhere, I'm sure.
We got it on YouTube.
Yeah, so go check that out if you want to know some background on Stellerby. Ooh. But this week, we're talking about something a little bit more exciting, although it is a project.
It is.
It's a special project that I'm not a part of, so I'm going to let you guys talk about it.
You could be. We could have you on as a guest rapper.
I'll just say 3 words, and I can have my name bold print, right on the cover. Yes.
I mean, or like that... it's a Gambino song on his royalty EP where Tina Fey had a bar.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was. I didn't like royalty.
I don't want to be Tina Fey.
No,
it's okay.
That's my sister's name. It's not okay. Well, Tina.
Your sister's name is Tina Fey.
No, well, she doesn't have a middle name, so it could be.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't that be something?
She doesn't have a middle name?
I don't think. No.
Do people? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I have 2 middle names.
You took hers.
Yes, yeah.
I'm the younger child. Well, we gave him 2, so she doesn't get any.
It balances out.
Forget that.
Yeah. Wow, you made my mom sassy. I like it.
I like how we went from 100 talking about what the project that you guys are working on. We just totally sidetracked. I mean, that's the show anyway.
Digression makes things interesting.
Yeah, it's very true. So you guys are working something. The project name is, of course, Step 4.
It is. I think we've settled on that.
Yeah. I think in the last 1 minute you settled on that.
I guess that's the name. Okay, good. Step 4. Yeah.
I like it because when I send them last time Stephen was on, I said, well, maybe we'll get something started. I forget, some of that effect anyway.
No, yeah.
And I put it out there because if I said it, I would have to do it. So that was Sunday. By the end of the Monday, right after that, I had sent him the first bit of music, which ended up being Star Trouble, which I think is the one we're going to go for with at the break.
Of course, yeah.
I like the name Step 4 because every time I send him the instrument, it's just Step short for Steven, and then the number of whatever one we're on. So Step 1, 2, 3, and now it's 4. I was like, it was going to be a 4-track project anyway. So hey,
I didn't even realize that it was Step short for Steven until a week ago. Every time you send me one, it's this is Step 1. Yeah, okay, the first step. Now this is Step 2. And then, wait, it's short for Steven.
I did not realize that until now. Yeah. I was just thinking step. Yeah, just 2-step.
Oh. Yeah. Like that one song way back.
Yeah, or
teaching how to 1, 2. Oh, that too. I didn't like those movies.
That's the kind of information you get on Tom and Till. You get the low-down,
the hot
the down low, the low-down down low.
Oh.
Yeah. So next time you're at Dave and Buster's and they're doing a trivia night and this question comes up, you know the answer.
I haven't been to Dave and Buster's in 4 days. I was there on Wednesday.
I almost worked there.
Oh.
I almost got a job there. The only thing that stopped me was the fact that I would have to deal with children. And nothing against children. I just came from a job where I was taking care of children.
Children and drunk people.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's a terrible combination. Yeah.
You ever seen a drunk child? It's not pretty. They just run.
Have you seen a drunk child?
It's not
a normal thing. Should I be concerned?
I come from a big family. Lots of cousins, lots of underage wine at parties and family events.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
I mean, underage wine is fine if it's in the company of family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
No one really ever got hurt physically.
Not yet.
Really.
The emotional scars are still very apparent.
Psychologically, I'm still recovering.
None of that is true, by the way. I just like the idea of a drunk child running into walls.
It's okay. We wouldn't say anything anyways. You get you out there, they're not going to tell, so you're fine.
They might not. I don't know. Anyways, we're talking. I don't know how we got onto that.
Nah.
Dave and Buster's hot trivia takes.
Yeah.
The information.
So you guys have been working on this 4-step project. It's going to be 4 tracks, and how is it coming along?
Wonderfully.
Yeah?
We've got 3 songs done, and Attilio has sent me the 4th track.
Yes.
And all I need to do is record and write lyrics. And then we're done.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're getting close. We're getting to the finish line.
So we might be able to hear this fairly soon. I'm not going to say too soon.
Yeah. I mean, we have 3 of them are done and like totally done.
Yeah.
So.
And just ready to. I don't know what the posting's like. It'll be on SoundCloud, and I think I made like some video just like of the picture for the tracks and then put on your channel.
Yeah.
Because mine, no, it doesn't really have any place for it on mine. But
yeah,
considering you put your music on your channel, maybe we can just post it there.
Yeah, just like I was thinking like some animated GIF or something that just loops.
Oh, nice. Oh, like SpongeBob or something.
Well, like that horse.
No,
with 2 legs.
not like SpongeBob.
Okay.
Maybe like just like a car going down the street.
Okay.
Just something nice and repetitive.
A perma-loop?
And relaxing.
Nice.
And not SpongeBob.
Okay.
There's
Maybe
nothing
better.
relaxing about SpongeBob. Oh, God.
Did we just go into Bikini Bottom for a second there?
Did I just watch a guy karate chop his own throat for that? That is sacrifice for the greater good.
Don't tell them the secret.
It's not what happened.
If you want to do SpongeBob's laugh, karate chop your throat.
But not too hard.
Not
you
too
don't
hard.
want to break your Adam's apple.
Do it really hard.
Wow. I don't know, man. It's been an okay time. I'm excited to like put it out there because we have Star Trouble is posted because that's the first one we did, but the other 2 aren't.
Yeah, because I think like when we did Star Trouble, we weren't expecting to do more, so we were like, it's done, we'll post it, and then we were like, we should do more, and we did, and then I guess when we finished the second one, we both collectively, we didn't even talk about it, but we were just like, yeah, we should make this a 4th thing, and then upload it when it's done, as opposed to uploading each one individually.
And it's going to run like 10 minutes, which is okay.
That's perfectly fine, yeah.
It's more than any of like my projects in the past. Well, no, almost as much.
So, Attilio, you've been doing a lot of the track stuff with the beats and the sounds, and then I'm just trying to get like a thought of like the process, and then you send them to Steven, and so you sort of take those and interpret your own lyrics, because your lyrics are very personal, I find, right? So
I take what he sends me and I just feel it out. Like the first one he sent me is which is Star Trouble, which we'll play soon. It's very slow and melodic, and so it just made me think of things that I relate to that, and the lyrics just kind of come out. Like I can't go into it being like, I'm going to rap about going to a grocery store, and then he sends me something that's like, dun, dun, dun. I'm like, okay, well, I can't rap around a grocery store over this.
But the 4th track is just that on loop for 7 minutes.
I was about to say, is the spoiler for your 4th track is grocery store talk?
You know what, I feel bad though, because when I did the Star Trouble music, I just took like the opening few chords of it is just a thing that I did in the past for one of my own tracks. I was like, I wonder if I can add on to it. So I don't know if that's lazy or not. It felt lazy.
That's okay, because the lyrics that I used for the 3rd song, half of them I had already written for something else.
Yeah, you told me.
But it's good because, like, as a musician, like, you always have so much unfinished work.
Yeah.
And, like, the hardest thing is to finish something. It's so much fun to start something from scratch and be like, yeah, this is fun. I'm improvising and coming up with new stuff. But then wrapping it up and finishing it is always, like, you have to force yourself. So, it's actually taking some stuff that we had already and being able to collaborate and make it into something is good.
It's really cool.
There's I felt that for what ended up being the 3rd one that I sent him, I record using a pedal that I just plug into my computer. Like it's a multi-effects thing, Digitech multi-effects pedal. But I forget what the actual part is called, but like for the actual pedal bit of it that you can turn the volume up and down, whatever, was shot. So there was no sound coming out. I was like, well, cool. What do I do without the only instrument I know how to play? So it was just all computer clicking and dragging beats, and it turned out okay. But
yeah,
it was all right. I felt bad though.
It all worked out in the end.
Ooh. Oh, man down.
Sorry about that.
Okay. He turned away from the mic. We're fine.
So this sort of like blows my mind. I'm not a very creative person. I've played the drums for many, many years, but I mean, like, I just play along with songs, or like I play the songs specifically. Thinking up whole new beats and whole new lyrics is something that, like, I've never even, like most kids throughout their years, they're just like, I'm going to be a musician, and they just do something. I was never like that. I was like, I like hitting things, so I'm going to play drums.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I started. I started on drums.
Nice.
And, like, I grew up playing the drums in church, and that was my first musical venturing. But even ever since I was a kid, like, I would learn songs and raps. Like, I learned In the End by Linkin Park when I was in grade 4. And I learned the polka rap when I was in, like, grade 5.
Don't know that one.
You'd think those would be reversed.
Rap.
Yeah, the polka rap.
Sorry.
Electro Diglett.
Yeah, no, I thought poker the card game. What?
Yeah, I learned the Pokemon card game rap.
I don't... Poker.
Come on.
The sport of champions. That's what I thought
you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
There's no mirrors in here.
Oh, well, okay.
So I guess I have to just jump straight to wrecking myself. I'm gonna wreck it! Anyways, I cut you off. I apologize.
But yeah. So I think, like, learning and playing the drums, because I didn't do that until later. Like, I was in, like, grade 7 or something when I started that. I think kind of paved the way for me to get into more music, because it made me realize that I had a passion for music. And then I was in choir for a bit. But I didn't start writing lyrics until I was, like, 21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I was just like... I said this last time, but yeah.
No, it's totally fine.
I was just that, like... one of my friends was like, you should do this video game song with lyrics. And I was like, yeah, I should. And then, suddenly I'm a rapper.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And, we don't usually talk about my and Attilio's past, but, I mean, I think this occasion counts for it. Okay. What was your sort of start, Attilio, in music? Yeah.
Tell us.
I'd like to say I was a drummer from, like, the word go, but truth is I would just, like, hit the table because my family could never really afford drums.
They're expensive.
But they are. Like, even the chair that I sit on was like $100.
Yeah.
And it's just a chair. It's not even comfortable. Jeez. But, my first experience of playing music was, aside from the recorder, which doesn't count.
No.
And the harmonica, which I never
definitely
learned. I just like to be annoying. But
harmonica is hard.
When I was in...
They should call it hardmonica.
Oh. Then they got the ones where, like, it's...
Or harmonicant.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
We're going to be at, like...
Can we just do puns for the rest of the show?
I think we can.
Let's do that.
Forgot what I was saying.
Right. Your story's not important. Okay?
Fine.
Let's do puns.
Oh, I don't even have any right now. That's
okay.
The thing.
Aside from harmonica, you were saying.
So when I was in grade 4, I think it was grade 4, I wanted to start learning how to play guitar. So we got like a cheap acoustic guitar, and a guy my dad knew was doing lessons, but my hands were super tight. I just couldn't play. It hurt physically way too much to play. So I dropped it until I finished grade 8.
Did it break?
No.
When you dropped it didn't break?
No. No.
But when he dropped the bass, he formed a whole new music genre.
Oh, you meant figuratively?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also literally drop guitar sometimes, and it always terrifies me. But anyway, after grade 8, after the whole confirmation, give me money because I'm a man now thing, I used it on an iPod and a starter Fender Squier guitar pack. And I just started learning on the internet. And the first full song I knew how to play was Jesus of Suburbia by Green Day, which is a 9-minute song and very painful. But I was like, this is my favorite song, and I wasn't on the time limit, so I just learned it over summer. In grade 9, when I was signing up for the stuff for high school, I took the music course, like that track of, what do you want to call it, like just following that for the 4 years. And before the ninth grade, I almost said semester, started, the teacher who was doing the music program called, like he called all the students to see what they played and what they wanted to play. He's like, what do you play right now? I was like, I play the flute, because I've been playing for a couple of years. Like, do you want to stick with that, or do you want to move on to something else? Like, is there drums? Like, yeah, there's drums. Okay, cool. So I started playing drums there, and then bought a set for Christmas that in my grade 9 year, and just ran with it. Not literally. Just so you know.
All right. I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, you can't run with a full set of drums.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
I could. I got legs, dude. Squats for days.
But as long as it's not on ice, and then you're on the ground.
No, I can't walk on ice.
No.
You kidding? A couple weeks ago when the planet was frozen over, and like on that Tuesday morning, it was a nightmare. But yeah, I started playing drums then, and I'd like to say I got pretty good. I'm going to give myself that.
Ooh.
And then kind of fell out of it when I started college and working, and sold them to my cousin this past Christmas season, holiday season, so I could afford to buy stuff for people. So it's in the family, but I don't play it anymore. I also play bass as a result of learning guitar. It's fun. I love playing the bass, man.
It's a bit interesting that we all play drums.
Yeah.
We could kick that guy out of the music room over there and have a competition.
Yeah.
I wouldn't win. I haven't played probably for like 5 years.
Oh.
Well, they're in my crawl space. I don't want to get rid of them because they're nice pearl drums.
Oh.
I mean,
I have pearl as well.
Yeah, nice. Okay, a little bit of a story time here. My name, full, is Thomas Allen Michael O'Coin.
That's a lot of words.
Right. It spells Tama.
Oh.
So I really wanted Tama Drums, which is a company, and then I was going to put a period in between all the letters.
Just like a whiteout marker, just dab between the letters.
Acronyminize that.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then
there's a pun for your radio.
Acronymization.
Yeah. And then Christmas comes around, and I get pearls, and it was the most like spoiled I think I've ever been. Where I was like, these are pearls. They're amazing drums. But I wanted Tama.
Wow, thanks for the $800 drum set, I guess.
And like, Tama's competitive, but they're definitely worse than pearls too.
Yeah, pearl is really high quality.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they have cheaper ones too. But
when I was doing I did co-op at Just Drums in North York, and a lot of the broken hardware, almost all of it really was pearl stuff. Because like they had at that point a weird system of like hanging the toms on a bracket that went around the screws for the rim. So it was just like kind of like loosely dangling in the bracket, and it would snap or the screws would shatter. It's like, come on, you're a professional company. Get it together.
Yeah, they're good, and I mean you are paying for the brand as well when it comes to pearls.
Yeah,
but they sound great, and I've never had an issue with it. The only thing that ever broke was like a skin, but that's not their fault.
I think mine are easily, because they were originally my brother's when he started learning. They've got to be at least 18 years old now, and they're still mint.
I was kind of a hipster because I had a PV International 2 set of drums for like $350 at a holiday sale at Long and McQuaid.
Nice.
Up the road at Steele's.
Yeah, I've been there. They didn't have pieces for my soundboard that I needed.
I've been going to that place since I was tiny.
Oh yeah,
like for almost 20 years now.
Interesting fact: my close family friend works there.
Ooh, is it someone I know?
It's my brother. His cousin. So I don't think you've ever met him.
Is it Jeremy with the awesome hair?
No.
Oh.
But just a little bit of interesting fact. Long McQuaid is like, if you don't know, Long McQuaid is a almost landmark in Toronto. I don't know of any other Long McQuaids outside of like the GTA.
They're
what is it?
They're a chain now. They're in Canada.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
Probably
it's a music just store.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of those. It's more like a warehouse sort of store where they have they just have a bunch of stuff and you go in there and you find it.
Go drool over the 8-string guitars that I'll never afford. Because you gotta have more strings.
I can barely handle 4 strings right now. Like I don't need 8.
Oh yeah, you're doing the ukulele.
Yeah, the ukulele daily.
How's that been going?
It's great actually. I started in November, like just from scratch, because I had tried learning guitar like a year before, and I just fell out of it because I couldn't. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. And I started ukulele in November, and I just kind of made a pact with myself, saying that like I would learn this no matter what, and I stuck with it, and here I am like 5 months later, something like that, and I've improved a lot, and I'm loving it.
Did it hurt when you fell out of the guitar, Steven?
That's not funny.
When you literally fell
You
out
were waiting for that. I could see your lip was like quivering. You were like, I can't wait to say this.
Well, that's because I had a can of Monster.
You need to learn the difference between literally and figuratively.
I do. I watch a lot of Archer. They kind of clear that up for me, which is nice.
I don't like bows and arrows, so...
That's the show.
Anyway. Well, it's been a great time, guys. We'll see you next week.
Actually, this is perfect time because we're going to talk a little bit about something we're going to play in a couple minutes.
Yeah. So I was hoping if you were cool with it to kind of... Because we're going to play Star Trouble, considering that's the only one that's out there, and I just maybe you can go in a little bit of detail about what the words of it mean and what they are. If that's cool.
It's basically like your basic unrequited love kind of story. Like, the lyrics, it's about a sun and a moon, but it's just a metaphor.
Yeah.
It's about people.
Wait, it's a metaphor?
It's all a metaphor.
Oh.
I'm not literally writing a song about the sun and the moon. But the sun is in love with the moon, and because they rise and descend at different times, they never see each other. But the sun is in love with the moon. And that's basically it. I mean,
that's fine. You said that it was like generic, but I think those stories, because they're personal stories, are totally fine with. Like,
it definitely directly parallels like something that happened in my life, which is why I was so vague about it when I was writing it. Because I started writing it originally, and it was like just way too
on the nose.
Yeah, I was like, this is like way too obvious. So I was like, what if it was a sun and a moon?
Was it your 4th grade teacher?
Yeah, it was totally my 4th grade teacher.
Okay.
That old man.
Oh, darn. Mine was my 4th grade teacher. She was nice. She gave me a hug.
It was something that happened more recently, like in the past few months. It's like when I write, it's whatever happens, like, is happening at that moment.
Yeah.
Whatever's bugging me or whatever.
Take from what you know.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe in the moon, but hey, teach their own. I think it's the back of the sun. I don't really... You never see them both at the same time unless there's a day moon, which happens. But, the moon doesn't exist. That's fine. I was going to say nobody landed on it, but I don't want to open that can.
Well, there is a theory in quantum physics where if nobody's looking at the moon, it doesn't exist. That kind of thing.
Schrodinger's cat, but also the moon.
It's a little different.
A little bit. You can't put the moon in the box. Well, there's Doctor Who.
And if we all jump at once, we can turn the Earth around, right?
Yeah. Or collapse it entirely.
Yeah.
Or cause a slight rumble.
Or that, yeah. Just knock it a few inches out of orbit.
I feel like that would just mess everything up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We got way off topic there. But I'm going to play a song. It's called Star Trouble. It's by these two amazing people here on Save Radio, the voice of Seneca College.
Every single light in the night sky flicker twice as bright till the end times. If every little moment to moment they wanted sewed into showing, well then he wouldn't have to theorize. If every single tree in the dark days would only catch a breeze and float far away. If every little load and reloading they thundered flowed into showing, well then he wouldn't have to stress every day. But the sun lacks courage, sneaking in sips like he's stealing gold's porridge. The moon's got a little too bright, and the sun won't come out at night. The rays it contrived were a bit too strong, so the moon in reply put some sunblock on. Difficulty catching a break, he sets himself at the lake, watches her rise as he falls, longing for a new dawn. 24 past and he's back to react to the future of his past at last. He thinks, oh this'll be the day, I'll shine so brightly that you'll have to look away. It's a crime how they work so efficiently together, but she can't see the gaze, it's blocked by the weather. A simple adjustment of just a justified rise, she'll finally see the truth that lies beneath his eye. In time, he'll find a new pride, but right now, it's rough. The sun comes up, but he wants to go back down into the town to reflect on the feelings he's found. In time, she'll find his rise, a prize, but right now, it's tough. The moon shows up, but she doesn't want to get down. No sound around, no feelings found. Oh, it's a struggle, and he slips man in a bubble. Oh, star trouble, not subtle, evaporated puddle. It's a struggle, and he slips man in a bubble. Oh, star trouble, not subtle, too lovable. In a regrettable moment, the sun decided it would try to fake an edible omen and shed some light on the sidelines. Fill it up with the white lies, unaware of the flight size. How will the moon didn't notice the sun could tell it was bogus, always catching the piercing looks of some judgmental far right. His decision thought unwise. So if you have a moon of your own that you can't seem to let go, take a page from
on your own, even if you're alone. And if you're alone with your own son, let them know if it's real or fun. Cause the one thing that keeps him burning is a fire inside that you keep churning. Because the one thing that keeps him burning is the fire inside you keep churning. Star trouble.
Hello, we're back.
That's right. That was
Star Trouble
Star Trouble.
by us.
Yeah, just look up us anywhere and you'll
Yeah.
find it.
Indeed.
Listen, all right, this is an early morning. Got a long walk in from the bus loop.
Mm-hmm.
Snow everywhere. I didn't bring my A game.
Okay, well, that's fine. I just posted on our Say Radio Twitter, you should be following, the album art, and you can go from there to get onto Stellerby's Twitter, and you can follow him. So make sure you do that.
Oh boy, it's Stellerby. It's at Stellerby. It's
Stellerby. I'm
Very-
Stellerby for everything. Instagram Stellerby, Twitter Stellerby, YouTube Stellerby. My name is Stellerby.
Gender Stellerby.
branding. It's important.
Yeah,
It's true. It's true.
indeed.
I don't have Twitter, so I don't know about that. I find the whole thing a little bit weird.
I'm
Yeah.
not about that bluebird life.
Oh, well, I, do
I guess
watch
it's
the
a white
Jays.
bird. No, it's a bluebird.
I don't know.
It's
Both?
a blue jay.
Both, yeah.
Oh, I should get a blue jay tattoo.
Why not?
I should not.
Is there like a thing against actors having tattoos?
No, but I personally think it's a good idea to not get tattoos because if you have a tattoo and you're not a well-known actor, then it could potentially prevent
That's
you
fair,
from getting
yeah.
a role.
Well, you can just hide it real well. Get on the bottom of your foot.
Yeah, like if you have like a tattoo on your back, then probably it's not going to ever cause any issues.
You could never be a back model.
Yeah.
Bacter.
Baxter, the sequel to Dexter.
There's one of the professors that I work with.
He's
was
Baxter?
He was talking about Bacting. I forget what it's called. Some movie with Philip Seymour Hoffman in it, where like a lot of it is just him at some like poker table, I think, or blackjack, and it's him like looking around and like paying attention to what's actually happening. But Bacting, because it's the back of Philip Seymour Hoffman for most of his time on screen. You're like, well, that's an interesting concept. How do you practice that?
Interesting.
Yeah. You know what else is interesting? Some news that's been going on recently.
Lay it on me.
Well, you have a piece of news that you were talking
I don't know if it's news. I'm just excited that The Walking Dead is back.
That's definitely news. You know how many people watch that show? More than 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Here I thought I was the hipster.
So when is that coming back?
Tonight. It starts at 9.
Oh,
It's
wow.
on the AMC. It's good. Oh, I hope it's going to be good at least.
You looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to more Negan in my life.
Who's that?
He's the main bad guy right now.
Okay.
He's also the baddest bad guy on the planet.
Oh.
He's so good. Do you watch?
I do not.
Oh,
No, I don't.
I watched the first few seasons and then I kind of fell out of it.
that's fair.
Figuratively.
Yeah.
It is a good show. Like I watched the first season, but it just sort of seemed it poses itself as a zombie thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
then
the first
it's-
season is.
Yeah, but then it's not.
Yeah.
after
It gets
that.
very drama soapy.
Yeah.
And I don't like soapy.
In the first episode, the zombies, at least one of them, is intelligent enough to pick up a rock and break through a window to get into the department store they're in.
Cool.
And then they just stop. Like, they can't do ladders or maybe...
That makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it was weird. I don't know. Well, they should have stuck with it. I think they should have stuck with it, but...
Do they actually call them zombies, or are
No,
they're walkers?
They live
right?
in a universe where zombies were not a thing. They weren't a concept. So walkers, geeks, creepers, biters.
I actually love when zombie movies just call them zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things.
It's one of my favorite zombie movies, definitely my favorite zombie movie is Shaun of the Dead.
Yep. Yeah.
And like the way they handle the zombie word in that movie is great. They're just like, we don't use the Z word. That's offensive. These were real people.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. They tried. Well, I say they tried. That was a plot point in The Walking Dead. It was like, no, they're just sick and we can get them better.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like all of the second season.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Mom. Okay.
There's like
yikes.
There's like a resurgence of zombie shows and stuff coming out right now. 2 Netflix ones. Van Helsing and
zombie-ish. I mean, all monsters, really. Well, vampires.
Vampires.
Yeah.
More or less. I thought they were zombies at first, and then they like switched over, and it was like, we're a cult, sort of. And I was like, huh, weird. Yeah.
That was a decision.
And then there's I can't remember what it's called. It's something diet.
Oh.
Santa Cruz Diet, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah. That's new.
Yeah,
isn't it?
very new. It's about a man in love with a woman who is also a zombie.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Apparently it's supposed to be really good. So I'm going to give it a chance, but the concept is so strange.
There was one I watched the first episode of it. I can't remember the name, but the main character was like a zombie, but she was like a normal person.
Oh, yeah. And she was like she worked with the police or something.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? It started with Is it iZombie?
Yeah, that was
it.
Yeah. And it was bad.
Yeah, it's probably not back.
Is that like a series? I know there's iVampire, which is a comic which is really good. There's also iFrankenstein, which is a movie which is really bad. And now there's a TV show.
And there's also iBoy, which
yeah.
is a Netflix series that'll be coming out at some point.
I think it's out.
Sweet.
Is it?
I think so.
You know what else is a good Netflix series? I'm just going to steer this a little bit. Is Riverdale, which I talked about last week, but I want to talk about it again because it's a great. It's different. It's not the comics. It's not the Archie comics. It's the characters. And the first thing we know is that someone mysteriously died. One of these 2 twins, and then it's just dark. It is a dark show, which is so cool. It's like, why would they spin it that way? Oh yeah, because it's neat.
Interesting.
Because we're in the era of things being rebooted as gritty, which you said last week.
Oh, it's like a mantra I have,
which I love.
That's very true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, take a childhood thing, make it black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they're all like old childhood things, and people that liked those things when they were children.
No, they're childs.
I can words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're like older, like I'm like 26, and like this new Power Rangers movie coming out, I'm super stoked for it because even though it doesn't look amazing, to be honest, I'm just happy that they're doing it because I loved Power Rangers when I was a kid, and it's like, ooh, let's take that thing that you liked as a kid and make it super serious, and yeah, I don't know.
I like the idea someone mentioned like late last year of doing the Ninja Turtles as a really dark, gory thing. It's like, well, that's the original comic Ninja Turtles. It was bloody, and people were getting chopped up, and it was awesome. It's like, do that, and put an M warning on it, label, rating.
And then they did a live-action movie.
Which wasn't that great. Why'd they give the turtles people faces? It's not...
Oh, I thought you were talking about the original live-action movies. And I was like, what?
Oh,
those are amazing.
But one of the professors from here, David Frazier, was the guy in the bodysuit for Michelangelo on Ninja Turtles 3, I think.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Isn't there a screenshot of the movie where you can see the person's face within the mouth of one of the turtles?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Because the way he was like, just the standard like walking, and then someone controlled the face, and there was a different person in the suit for the fighting bits.
Wow.
But still, he was Michelangelo in the Ninja Turtles movie.
That's awesome.
Where they had people in suits. It's like, there's a pretty neat credit for someone to have.
No, yeah, for sure. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, that's newsworthy for me because like not a whole lot of other stuff other than politics stuff has been going on right now. Yeah. Are you guys tired of all this politics?
So tired of Trump. I can't stand it.
He makes up words.
It's just like, did you hear what Trump did today? No, but I really don't care because he's going to do something every day, and I don't want to talk about this every day.
There's this awesome... I cannot remember who it's by, but it's from Star Wars Episode 4 when Vader's like boarding the ship and he's commanding people around. But instead of Vader's lines, it's just Donald Trump quotes with like the effect on the voice. It's like, I'm very militaristic. I'm the most militaristic person here, and he walks away.
That's funny.
We're gonna build a gun. It's gonna be huge, like the size of a planet.
No one else is gonna have this gun. Okay.
And we'll get the Jedi to build it.
And there's our politics take for the week. We're very milquetoast about this whole thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think, especially from the outside looking in, it's like this isn't our president, you know?
Yeah.
It's not our prime minister, I guess, if I'm going to be, you know, correct, I guess.
Kevin O'Leary.
But what is important to, I think, all of Canada is this weather.
It sure is weather outside.
It is a lot of weather.
Yeah.
Have you guys done your obligatory Facebook post yet?
I did it on Instagram, actually, when I was hyping up for us being live today.
Oh.
I did not.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
But I told you guys about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're on mic now.
Yeah.
The thing is, and for the last, since I was in high school at least, which was 6 years ago now, every year in March and April it snowed. And people forget that it snows in March and April. So
It's true.
just look forward to it being like April 20th and it snows and people are like, oh, the world's ending, global warming. It's like, no, this is just the way it's been.
It's going to happen, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always does. There's like just one really like bad stretch in March and then it snows once in April.
That's what people always forget, because it's April showers bring May flowers. But before that, often people say about March is in like a lion, out like a lamb.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Oh.
And they're talking about snow. 'Cause
Okay.
generally the beginning of March is so snowy and stormy, and then the end of it's kind of waning out.
The beginning of March is the end of February, which is a winter month. It makes sense.
And too, like, February has Valentine's Day, and when people think Valentine's Day, they don't think winter. You just think Valentine's Day.
I think sadness. You know,
Okay, well...
Valentine's Day is on Tuesday coming up, and I'm working 8 to 6, so what am I going to be doing anyway?
No, you think of Valentine's Day as the day right before chocolate goes on sale.
Oh.
I don't even like chocolate. You just made me sadder.
You can study up on your chocolate and try to get work at one of them Cadbury factory testing jobs.
Yeah, that is a thing that's been happening.
I'm gonna see La La Land by myself.
That looks really good.
It looks amazing, and I've heard good things about it.
You know, the fact that we're in February now makes me a little sad because all of last year I was looking forward to February as being the month when the Dark Tower movie comes out.
Right.
Finally, after years of waiting. Now it's in July. I think it's July 27th. So, I mean, Dark Tower watch, it's been pushed back 5 months.
Those actors that they've gotten.
Yeah, they got
are amazing.
Matthew McConaughey, they got Idris Elba, they got some guy to play the kid Jake, they got some lady to play another lady. A character who's a minor character in book 7, by the way. So I'm interested to see how they spin the whole thing. Maybe it's gritty.
We're all about that equality here. We got Idris Elba, Matthew McConaughey, some lady,
Some other people.
I don't know. It's a chick.
Probably a narrator, a little boy playing a little boy. Great casting. No, I'm excited about Idris Elba, who's playing. If I could talk about this for a minute.
Go for it.
No.
Because to me it's important. The main character of the Dark Tower books is Roland, who's very much a Clint Eastwood knockoff, who's an old guy with like apparently shocking blue eyes, as he described, and he's missing 2 fingers because it gets bitten off.
Right.
And they got Idris Elba, who's black with brown eyes. He's not Roland, but it's going to be cool. I like
And
him.
all of his fingers.
And all of it, yeah, in the poster at least.
He's a great actor.
He is. That's why I'm excited.
Yeah.
Have you seen Luther? I think it's called.
I have not.
It's a TV show with Idris Elba.
Oh.
It sort of poses itself as a like cookie cutter crime drama, but it's super more about his mental disorder.
Oh.
He has paranoia, and like he has so many isms and oughts that it's just sort of him dealing with it within his personal life.
Interesting.
And being a detective. It's really cool.
Is that on Netflix?
I believe so, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, so definitely check it out. It was like I liked him as an actor beforehand, and then I watched it and I was like, this is great.
The only thing I know him from was a bit of The Wire that I watched, and also the Macklemore video for Dance Off, which he has lines in, and it's cool.
Huh.
It's exciting, man. It's and also he was supposed to be the new James Bond at some point, which would have been amazing.
Oh wow!
And I hopefully that still happens.
Yeah, no, he turned it down, I heard, or something like that. Like he wasn't interested, is what I heard.
That's unfortunate. Well, then maybe that'll be a bit. He might get typecast after that, maybe. So maybe that's a thing.
Yeah, maybe. So I'm looking at the IMDb as reference for Luther, a crime drama series starring Idris Elba as a near-genius murder detective whose brilliant mind can't always save him from the dangerous violence of his passion. So that's the description on IMDb. It's an 8.6.
Nice.
Yeah, on IMDb. Sorry, I couldn't speak there.
IMDb.
Yeah,
IMDb.
which is pretty good source. So go check that out. I think I've seen most of the first season, and not disappointed. I dropped it only because I'm dumb and I forget things.
Is it a new show? Like
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly. It started in 2010.
Oh well, I would classify it as kind of new.
Yeah,
Like it's not.
it's a millennial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's Heimdall,
Heimdall.
in Thor.
Is he?
The
Yes.
gatekeeper?
Yes, he is.
Really?
Yeah.
He has an eye patch.
I was trying to remember what I knew him from.
Oh man.
and
he
also
gets frozen up real good.
Oh yeah, he was in Star Trek Beyond
Oh.
and Prometheus.
Never
and
watched that
Zootopia. He was the chief, I
Oh my
believe.
God,
He was.
either. That's amazing.
Yeah. he's done a lot of voice work actually.
He's got a fantastic voice.
Oh, well, I think he was not Shere Khan. He was the Panther in the Jungle Book, I believe.
Wow.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. I watched it on Netflix, and it was surprisingly good, although I wish it did tell more of the story.
Yeah, I liked it, but I don't think it was as amazing as everyone seems to make it out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every time someone talks about it, they're like, oh, it was so good. I'm like, oh, okay, it was all right.
Is it still a musical?
No,
Oh.
but they did handle the music really well, because that was actually one thing I thought they did really well. They like the two most recognizable songs from the Jungle Book soundtrack, which is like I Want to Be Like You and Bare Necessities.
Mm-hmm.
They had them, but the way that they did it really craftily. It was like with Baloo and Mowgli, they were just like hanging out, and it was just like Bill Murray as Baloo kind of just started softly singing the song to himself. And it was, I don't know, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then again with King Louie, what's his name? Christopher Walken.
Oh.
He like is talking to
Nice.
Mowgli, and he just kind of starts singing it, and it was really well done.
It was really well done.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for the new Beauty and the Beast thing that's happening this year.
Wait, are you telling me they're taking something from my childhood and making it dark?
Yeah. I'll send it to you after. There's an amazing video I found. I sent it to Jason, and he showed you, I think, tried to show it yesterday, where there's a group on YouTube called Pistol Shrimps, where they like CGI stuff from movies into other movies and put themselves. But they did Beauty and Lord Voldemort, and they took like the trailer of the live action Beauty and the Beast and put Voldemort in the Beast's place.
I'm going to look that up. 21 pistol strips, right?
Pistol Shrimps.
Yeah, 21 pistol strips.
No, not that.
Oh.
Not 21.
Okay.
They also did Titanic Super 3D, which is a hilarious
Oh,
video.
I've seen that. That was so great.
People like fall off and they explode.
Yeah.
Directed by J.J. Abrams.
And it's just like lens flare everywhere, and Michael Bay, just explosions everywhere.
Speaking of movies, another movie just came out.
Oh?
John Wick 2.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys watched John the First?
I
John
have
Wick?
not.
No.
I saw some of it, but then my grandmother showed up, so I turned it off.
It is very intense,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've seen it, I think, 3 times now. I rewatch a lot of movies, I'll just be honest. But, I mean, it was with different people. It was always like, hey, do you want to watch this? I mean, I've seen it, but...
I always use
yes.
other people as an excuse to rewatch things.
Yeah.
Because like, rewatching by myself, I'm like, I can't stay interested in this. But if I really want to rewatch something, then I'll show it to someone who hasn't seen it, and then I like watch it vicariously through them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're always looking over to see if they react.
Yeah. Like, did you see that? Yeah.
Just as a synopsis of John Wick 1, he is a ex-hitman,
Oh, okay.
and he recently had
He hits men.
Yes. His wife died recently. And that's not a spoiler. That's like legitimately from the first
Right off
scene.
the top, yeah.
Yeah. And it's sort of him being forced to go back to his old ways of quote unquote the boogeyman.
That was his character?
That's his calling card.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the mafia business or whatever it is. And the sort of the second season apparently is supposed to take up like a week after the first movie, which is really, really cool to me.
That's interesting.
The whole movie is very much like one thing after another. There's no take where it's just like, hey, let's go travel, and then they're there. No. You see like everything. And it's really, really cool. Highly suggest go watching that. I almost saw it last night, but someone decided he was too tired to go see it.
Shame. I want to see John Wick too, but what I did watch recently for the first time that people have told me to watch for a long time was The Raid, which
Yes.
they were playing in the Hive, and
Awesome.
wow, that's a violent movie.
Yes. I'm surprised they played it in the
Yeah.
Hive.
I've never even heard of it.
It's you watch Dread? The new one?
Judge Dredd?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that in that they're in a big old tall building and there's a lot of fighting happening.
Huh.
Except
It's a Taiwanese martial arts movie where they climb a tower to defeat bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
There's one thing that like actually made me physically react. Is like a pirate guy gets kicked over the balcony, lands across the way on his spine on the railing, and just like snaps back. Like, oh, I know what that feels like. My back.
Yikers.
Yes. There's
Very
also
visceral
There's
reaction.
also a sequel to that movie, which a lot of people think is better. I personally like the first one more. Oh, sorry. It's an Indonesian movie.
Oh.
I said it wrong. I'm going to correct myself because, I'm going to have lots of hate on that either way.
We have a lot of Indonesian viewers, listeners.
True. We do. I think one lives in Sweden. Indonesian Sweden person.
Indonesian?
I used to have an Indonesian-made guitar. I'm triggered.
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
So the second one is completely different. It's strange. They go from this movie where like pretty much the whole movie except for like flashbacks are done in one building or just outside the one building. Right? There's a flashback or not a flashback, but there's the beginning where the main character wakes up and says goodbye to his wife, and that's it. Really. And then in the second one, it goes all over the place. They're in a prison. They're going in car chases and stuff like that. It is completely different. Cool, but I still do like the first one better, if only for the fight scenes. The fight choreography in the first one, as you would know, Attilio, the second last fight, the guy one-on-two, yes, is the most crazy fight scene I've ever seen in any movie, and I don't want to spoil it, but oh my God.
I was thinking while I was watching, it's like, because that's like a 15-minute fight scene.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. So it's like, how do you choreograph this? Like, oh yeah, they're professionals. It blows my mind to think of and the main character fights a lot of people. So it's not just like that one 15-minute fight. It's an hour and a half or however long the movie is.
I was actually lucky enough to see that movie in theaters when it first came out. Just because me and a couple of my friends, Zach, my best friend, we were following it for a long time. In production, stuff like that. We knew of this movie for too long. Because we're really into sort of cheesy fight movies, and it sort of looks like a video game movie almost, right?
Like Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
That movie was great.
It made me sick, so I stopped watching it.
Oh no. Yeah, it was pretty good. So we ended up watching it in theaters, and it was worth it, man. I think we saw the second one in theaters too, if I'm not mistaken.
Right on.
I think the best fight scene I've ever seen in a movie was probably the first Ip Man movie. It was so good, and at the end when he fights 15 people.
Yeah.
Oh, that scene was so good.
Does
so
he
well
fight them all, or
choreographed.
do they do ninja fighting?
It was kind of like both. They're all kind of surrounding him and stuff, but because he's so strong, it's so believable. Because every time one of them comes at him, he just owns them, and so they're scared to attack him, right?
Also, his fighting style is he uses a lot of space.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more believable. It's not like he's just punching straight forward. Another person would hit you, right?
Someone will throw a punch and he'll move away their hand and push them away, and then continue fighting another guy, kind of thing.
No, the choreograph in that movie is really good.
I don't know if the first Ip Man is on. I think the third one is on Netflix. I know that for sure. So I'll have to check them out.
Our reference for a lot of movie watching is going to be non-Netflix because I think that is the source for movies on TV nowadays.
It has become that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
who needs Blockbuster?
People forget that there's more movies other than what's on Netflix.
Yes. You know what? I watched on Friday. I watched Reservoir Dogs on DVD because it wasn't on Netflix. So the group of actors that I'm working with now, they're doing scenes from Reservoir Dogs, which is so cool. So I was like, I used to love this movie. I should watch it again. It's a very smart movie.
Oh yeah,
it's so worth your time.
I think I watched it very late. That came out how long? Very long.
Mid-90s.
Yeah, I think I watched it 3 years ago maybe. And it wasn't even just because I was like, I really need to see this. I did really need to see it, but it just so happened to be on the television set that we actually had for some reason in my home in London. So I just started watching it. I was like, what's this? I didn't even know what it was. I finished it.
Was it censored?
No, I started like just after it started, so I didn't know what it was. There was no like commercials being like coming up next.
No, I mean like was the swearing in the movie censored? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember, but it blew my mind just like what this movie was, and I thought it was going to be some like weird niche, whatever you want to call it, film that nobody's seen, and as Reservoir Dogs, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
That's like that movie had like a less than $100,000 budget, and Tarantino sold his first script, which was From Dusk Till Dawn. To make it.
Wow.
So it was like, this is a cool, I don't know if it's an indie film or not, but it's got
low
star
budget.
power in it.
Yeah.
Which is, it's an impressive movie. They did it on like one location.
Wow.
Aside from the parking lot at one point. It was so cool. Should we recap the stuff that we've talked about?
A lot of movies.
We got Raleigh Ritchie. Check his music. Reservoir Dogs, Luther, The Dark Tower, Ip Man,
The Raid.
Beauty and Voldemort.
Yeah.
The Raid.
Yeah. And The Raid 2, of course.
And our album.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That thing. That little Step Forward project.
If you take one thing away from this show,
don't literally fall out of a guitar.
let it be Ip Man 1. I mean my album. Our album.
So I'm going to give both of you guys a little bit of time to talk about what you're going to be doing, and of course for Stellerby here to plug your stuff, and that'll be it for the show, sadly. So you can go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I have my YouTube channel, which is also Stellerby. So if you go to any social media platform and type in Stellerby, it's going to be me.
Yep.
And yeah, on YouTube, I'm still doing like video game songs with lyrics. Although I've kind of ventured away from taking actual songs and putting lyrics on them, and now I'm just kind of taking beats, original beats, and rapping about video games.
That's cool.
So it's more. Well, I can hit a wider audience with that, I think. But yeah, and then I'm still in acting school, and maybe gonna do something in a little bit, but I don't know.
That's cool. And for your album,
it's well, it's us. It's Stellerby, and my thing is Pellegrini Music on SoundCloud. If you want to listen to my boring ambience,
is there vaporwave on it? Is there vaporwave on it?
No,
Good.
It's just a lot of delay and reverb. Okay, and my Telecaster that I love dearly. But yeah, once it's done, it'll be on Steven's on Stellerby's SoundCloud. I'll make a short, like just a video with the album art probably, or the recurring GIF and the tracks, and we'll post that through the page on Facebook.
Indeed,
get it up there.
So. To recap, watch all those things, Google Stellerby,
listen to Raleigh Ritchie.
That's all for us here on Say Radio, the voice of Seneca College. I'll see you guys next week.